Guys, I'm sad. It's my last night here. And after I was coming back from my last outing tonight, I got my email from my airline that it's time to check in because I'm late. My flight is tomorrow. So it's last day and last few hours. I got sad. On my way back, it was so cold outside that I got this hot chocolate from the vending machine, and I was keeping it in my pocket to keep me warm. But now that was like 30 minutes ago, so now it's just a little bit warm now. I should have shaken it. Oh wow, that's like real cream or something. This was the. I just wanted something hot to keep in my pockets because it is really freezing out there. So almost it's the end of January. Um, I don't really have anything to say. It's just that I'm sad. My last, what did I talk about last? I think I haven't talked for a while. Talk to you. Uh, Yesterday, oh yeah. I also got these. Maybe I'm homesick, but I was trying to spoil myself with some. This is just from Anderson Bakery. I got a bunch of sweets because one thing I haven't done while I'm here is eat that many sweet stuff. Like no desserts. Just maybe strawberry ice cream. I had that chocolate or that ice cream bar we shared together. And oh, I did have a banana chocolate crepe, but that was like the only dessert I had. So I don't really know what Japan dessert is like. So I'm just gonna eat all this stuff while I'm talking to you. It was the end of the night, so it's just whatever leftover stuff they had. And I'm not really hungry, but here's what's happening. So yesterday after I ate at Ichiran, um, it was mostly just like errands I was doing. I had to pick up a big luggage so I could check it in on my way back to bring home all the stuff I bought, like the clothes and the souvenirs, because my small bag wasn't big enough for all that. And so I was shopping around my my station, my Ueno hotel, for a while because I was trying to. I don't want to spend a lot of money for luggage that I'm gonna use once because I already have a good one at home. Mm. So I was just trying to find the cheapest one that's usable, and eventually I did. I don't know how tomorrow I'm gonna get a big luggage and a big rolling luggage, a small rolling luggage through the trains by myself back to the airport. That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be my last test to see if I could hang over here. Mm, yeah, so I did that yesterday. I did my laundry in the hotel because I stayed a little bit longer than I expected. Also, who wants to fly home with dirty laundry and like make your the rest of your clean laundry smell? Your whole bag stink. Of course, you put in a plastic bag, but still, just wash it if you can. Oh, I don't think I really need to review these pastries because they're just from Anderson Bakery. It just was on my way back home. I'm calling this my home because I love Japan now. Um, Yesterday I did get to see Shibuya at night. Nothing really to show you though, so I didn't take out my camera. I wanted to go um, karaoke, but instead I went to one of the English speaking bars. So it's called the Hub Bar. The one I went to was in Shibuya, but I guess it's like football, soccer, English themed, like England English. And when I walked in there, I expected there to be like a lot of English people, but it was mostly Japanese people. So and it was way bigger than it looked from the outside. So did that last night. Made a couple friends. Um, Kate, Kato, Arsu, Uta, Uri. But it was nice to hang out with some locals that barely spoke English. But once everyone has drinks, everyone's just smiling and having fun. So that was my first time doing that, and that was one of the things I did want to do also. Although I don't need to drink often, but it's fun once in a while. Um, while I was walking through Shibuya, or which I didn't end up wanting to go to that bar, but it was on the street, and I remembered I wrote it down, so it would be a fine place to visit. Um, so it just ended up happening. While I was walking there were like people singing or performing along Shibuya, and I stopped for a while to watch. Uh, there was a girl playing the guitar and singing, and man, when a girl sings and plays guitar, ow, my heart. So I was there for a while, and I think she had to stop because after a certain time, you're not allowed to make so much noise. But she was really good. What was her name? I bought her CD. Uh, Sayaka. Sayaka. But that was fun. So she was singing like English songs, but she was doing it in Japanese sometimes, or she would sing English parts sometimes. So that was. I wanted to see live music here, and I guess I'm checking it off because I saw it like on the outside in the corner of the not the subway station, but in public. There was also like rappers doing the same thing, like in other spots. There was a guy whose performance was he played music, and then to the beat he was like doing basketball moves. So he was like dribbling funny, or he would like spin the ball and like go around his back and like hold it up through his back, or um, super unique ways. He'd have people like put their finger out, and he'd make it um, make the ball spin on their finger. That was the first time I saw like a basketball dancer kind of. That was that was nice to see. Um, so I got the beer, and then after that, so I wanted to stay at that bar longer, but the trains here in Tokyo they end at 12 o'clock, 12 midnight. Um, Maybe not all of them, but like 12 a.m. is might be like the last train that starts. So some might run to like 12:50, but if you're going to a certain station, you might miss yours. So I had to leave at like 11:30, even though like places are still open till like 4 a.m. So that was that's a little of a setback. So I had to rush back, and then when I was walking back to my hotel, I hadn't eaten dinner yet, so I was looking for a place, and that I found a place that was serving ribeyes, and that's what I ate last night. I had a ribeye for late dinner, and I like ribeyes. I think that's the my favorite food, and I think I make it the best because I make it how exactly I want it. I even bought a um, what is it when you? It's when you like make make it in water to the perfect temperature. Um, oh no, I'm drawing a blank. But it's when you make the inside the perfect temperature and then like reverse sear it. So after it's cooked, and then you put it on the hot pan so it gets the good crust. And I love making ribeyes. If they were cheaper, or if I was made of money, I'd eat them every day. And I might be fatter than I am now. But instead, I'm eating these custard. Mm, that that was my night last night. Today, didn't really do much. I shopped around a bit. I bought another jacket because it's cold. And I've been wearing the same jacket for like 5 days now. Oh, my puff jacket. You can see it. I bought this one at Uniqlo. Today, one of the places I went is the GU store. GU. I don't know if I say it. But it's like the cheaper. It's like maybe like a sister of Uniqlo, and it's like a little cheaper. But they do have high quality clothes for super cheap. If I was going to go right back to my hotel, I would have bought like 10 bags of stuff. Or if I had the room to bring it all back to. Yeah, so I shopped some. Um, Spur of the moment, I passed by. I don't know if you can see this one, but it's disgusting. It's just like chocolate pudding in a not even a good bread. So I'm not gonna finish that one. But this custard is good, and I warmed up these two. This one I think it's like caramel and walnut. It's good too. I'm glad I warmed it up. Um, yeah, spur of the moment. Earlier, I passed by a soba place or a restaurant, so I get a quick bite, and I bought a delicious bowl of soba. So it's just noodles in a broth. Is it a broth? I don't know what it's considered because I know ramen uses a broth, but I don't really know the difference. But I got mine with tempura, and it was a huge bowl of soba noodles and tempura, and it was only American wise, it's like $4. So, and it was a huge amount of food. So I was super happy about that deal. Even though I would pay for more, or pay more for a good quality one, but it's so nice that you could get good quality food for um, at least, in my opinion, not that not that expensive. Or at least there's options like that. Oh, one place I wanted to try but I couldn't bring myself the courage to, was McDonald's. They have they have like their menu has the normal stuff that I remember, like cheeseburger, double cheeseburger, chicken nuggets, chicken McNuggets. Um, but they also even have like teriyaki burgers. So on my way back, I wanted to go get some, but it was way out of the way to go from the station to over there and then my hotel. Otherwise, I would have. If it was like closer to on the way, I would have went there just so I could have something to eat while I talk to you. And that's why I bought all this stuff. At first, I was just gonna talk to you with the chocolate milk that I bought at a vending machine in the on my way here or my way home. But I feel like it's nicer when we eat together, you know. So got my cheap $4 soba. Uh, since I stayed an extra couple nights, I had a quick dinner later on with my cousin, who lives like an over an hour away. So that's why I haven't been seeing him that much. This is the third time I saw him. The first day was the second day I was in Japan, and that was just a quick um, say hello and like pretty much introduce ourselves because we don't really know each other that well. And then the second day was Saturday, and that was when like we got to know each other and we hung out the whole day. And today is Monday, and this is just like saying one last meal and saying goodbye. And that was my day. There's a lot more, but nothing, no big events. Did I take any pictures? Let me see if there. I probably did not take any pictures, so let me just look. Oh, here's the. So when I went to the bar, I bought a pint of a beer, and then so it was like 800 yen. And then when I went to get a refill, I saw there was a tower option, which was a little bit more than double. So like, I'll get a tower, and so like 1,700 yen you could get a tower, and I didn't realize the tower meant like it's shareable. I just thought it was like a big, huge like comically large cup, and it ended up being one of these. And they asked me how many glasses do you want. I was like, oh, one, because I didn't realize you're supposed to share it. But I ended up sharing. Um, I was popular when I had this because I was walking back to a spot at the bar. And people are like, "Whoa, you got a tower!" I'm like, yeah, you want to share? I shared some with my new buddy I made, even though he paid me later on, pretty much. Here's my ribeye. Here's my ribeye. It was good. They gave me like special like sauces to dip it with, and some like garlic. Here was after like 1 minute. I devoured it. Uh, oh, oh, my screens won't stop turning. Here's my bowl of soba. This picture doesn't do it justice because it was huge, but that was my soba for $4. Yeah, it's a lot bigger. Very filling. Um, so tomorrow I gotta fly back and then go back to work the very next day. My dream vacations my dream vacation is coming to an end. there's a few hours if I wake up early tomorrow where I could do some things. Maybe I'll get some last minute souvenir shopping done. Um, but not long enough to do anything big or go far. What else can I talk about? Oh man, I gotta leave. What else can I say about Japan? The biggest thing, not the biggest thing, but I know trains and public transportation was a big deal, but I didn't realize, like, not that you live on them, but pretty much everything revolves around them, and they're so efficient. Today was the first day where my Google Maps was glitching out, and it I spent like 30 extra minutes trying to figure out how to get to the right station. So that definitely be ready because that's I'm pretty handy when it comes to the apps and navigating stuff, but I was stuck. So I ended up having to ask for help. So I'm lucky that it hasn't happened until now. Maybe I was lost longer than 30 minutes. Not that I was lost, but I didn't know exactly which train to take to get to my destination. Um, I love the bowing. I love seeing people like bow and then they get even lower to bow to each other. It's so respectful. Even so on the Shinkansen, the bullet train, the attendant that walks through and like checks on things and um, does the count of the people. When they walk through, they come through the doors. The doors open, like they walk through, and then they do a bow, like, and then they walk in. And then when they leave, they turn around and they bow before the door closes too. And it's not just like a quick, like fake one. They close their eyes, and it's slow and the right amount of time. But even if everyone's facing toward the front and no one's looking at them, like I noticed the bowing, so I was like, do they bow even when no one's looking at them? And they do. Like I snuck a corner, like a reflection off the glass to make sure. I'm like, wow, it's maybe it's not a big deal, but I feel like it is a big deal, and it leads to um, just a more respectful place to be. Mm, hmm. What else? 7-Eleven is amazing here in Japan. I went there earlier this morning. Well, I've been going there pretty often, but like they have everything. They have the food, of course, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all hot and prepared, ready to go. Um, they have the ATM, which I guess is the best deal if you want to get exchange money for, not exchange money, but withdraw money from your bank, from a debit card, because they give the best rates. So I did that a bunch of times. There's a place to eat upstairs. Like they have tables, and like people are just there working, and it's like so convenient. Um, 7-Eleven's amazing. Oh, I didn't go inside of one, but I saw internet cafes, and you might be saying, "What's the big deal about an internet cafe? It's just a place with a computer. Let's get the internet, like with coffee." But no, internet cafes here, they're places where you sleep overnight, or you can't. You're able to sleep overnight. So I think you like rent like a desk or a little room. Maybe they're different. Maybe they could be like that station booth I showed you. But usually they're like storefronts, and I guess a lot of people will need them if they miss the last like midnight train or they're out way too late and there's no taxis out. So that was interesting to learn about. I would stay in one if I was here longer. Maybe I could have stayed at that bar last night and I would have stayed in a net cafe. I love that restaurants advertise. So in a lot of restaurants, in their front window, they'll display like their dishes that they serve. Like if they serve like ramen or um sushi, they have like life size replica dishes of them, like made of, or they're like fake, but they're exactly representative of what you're gonna order. Like your dish is gonna look exactly like the one that's pictured in the front. And I guess it's the law that they can't like false advertise it. So uh, I should have taken the picture, but there was one where I realized that what I ordered, and then after I ate it, then I looked in the front to just look at what else they had, and I was like, oh, that's exactly what I had. Even like the way they cut the meat for in this case, maybe it's not every case, but like they cut this meat into like four pieces like this, and it's it was like perfectly representative. So after that, like I had total faith in just looking. You don't have to read the menu. You could just look at the picture, or they're not pictures. They're like models. Like so, I've been doing that. It's been super helpful. Mm. I walked past. I've seen videos about them in like some like TV show stuff, but I walked past a parking garage where it's just all the buildings are here, and there's one's like open one here, like car size, and it's like thin. It's just like you park a car right in here, and it stops like right past the sidewalk. And then in this one, like the machine will like rotate it, flip it around, and then I'll either go up or down, and the parking garage is underground or like above ground. So that was my first time watching that happen. And to like because Tokyo is so crowded, like they have to expand up instead of out. So I guess all the cars are above you and you don't realize it. Mm. There was something I wanted to talk about in the sumo. Hmm. I wanted to compare it. Oh yeah. So when they're doing sumo, um, there's like a bunch of times where the wrestlers will get face to face, and then they'll like get in position, but then they'll um, before they actually start, they'll go back to their corner and then they'll wipe themselves off their face, like if it's sweaty, and then even their body if it's sweaty, with a rag. And I noticed, um, everyone I noticed after they finish with their rag, they fold it nicely, like into fours or at least twos, or I think all fours, but they fold the rag into fours, and then they hand it to like their attendant, and it it was, at first I didn't realize what I was seeing, but then I once I noticed it and I compared it to like um, American sports like NBA especially, where the players will wipe themselves off with a towel and they just throw it on the floor, even if somebody's like ready to grab it, like the towel. I guess they're called towel boys. Like they're ready to grab it, they'll like throw it at their feet, like the stars. I just realized how rude that is. Like, just treat them like a person, even if it's their job. It's such a silly comment, but oh, I don't know what else. I'm just trying to think of everything that I haven't said, um, because I'm trying to extend this. This might be the last time we talk. Who knows if I'm gonna keep doing these videos. Oh no, my mind is drawing a blank. I can't. Do I have any notes of anything? This is the end. This is the end. But what a great time I've had in Japan. From the food to just the people to experiencing the hectic, crazy crowds on the streets and underground, comparing it to the city life that I'm used to, like in San Francisco, which I am not a fan of. I don't feel safe. Um, I think I did every single thing. Besides karaoke, I might go tonight. It's not midnight yet. It's my last night here. I might go to karaoke. But I did everything that I was planning to do. I went to Disney Sea. I did the Team Labs Borderless and Team Labs Planets. Um, I did. I biked around Kyoto. Went to some shrines, the temples. Even did a flea market. I went on the bullet train. Saw Mount Fuji. I stayed at the capsule hotel, which I'm gonna tell everybody I stayed at Capsule Hotel. Don't tell anyone that it was like the deluxe room though. Okay, I'm gonna let them think it was just a regular like box capsule, and I didn't get like the double capsule space. That was a fun experience. I saw my live music last night from a good singer, the kind of music I like guitar. I prefer like R&B kind of music, or like a little bit less poppy, although I like pop. Um, I saw the sumo wrestling, and I became a fan. I got a bunch of souvenirs for me and others. I got to try like a bunch of different vending machine foods, which was one of my goals. Uh, what else? What else? I ate at a bunch of good restaurants. Yukatsu Kyoto was probably the best because it was the wagyu. at USEER. Oh, I still remember my first real good bite. It just made my mouth water a little bit. Um, that Ichiran ramen, the best ramen I've ever had, no doubt about it. From the first sip of the broth with a spoon, I knew it was special, and I didn't. I expected it to be good, but I didn't realize ramen could be that good. I almost ate there. I ate there yesterday morning, and I almost ate there again the same night. It was so good. Um, oh yeah, although I did like the ribeye, but that was just I could have a ribeye anytime. So not less special. That one was a little less special. I did some shopping. I wanted to compare the Uniqlo back home and over here. And these ones, I went to multiple Uniqlos, and I didn't go to the flagship store. Um, but I did. Oh, I might have. I did go to ones that are 9 floors tall, and they're not like 9 floors, like a small square footage. They're like huge. They're like each floor is like a regular Uniqlo in America, but it's 9 floors and multiple floors for like men and women. And it's just something I wanted to do, compare. Also, went on San Francisco BART recently, and I was comparing it to the the trains in Tokyo. Not comparable. Let's see. Did I do anything else? I got to play Dance Dance Revolution in Japan. Uh, saw my Dragon Ball Z store. Dragon Ball, because there's like different series. I went to Nara and I got to see the deer. Could have pet them, but instead I got like 50 that went right by me. Like I could have just put my hands in like this, but I was guarded because I didn't want them to ram my back, so I was on my guard instead. So all the Akihabara, Asakusa, Shibuya Scramble Crossing, Shinjuku, Osaka, Kyoto, Hakone. Um, oh, by the way, so I guess like Tokyo is like huge. It's more like a state in Japan. I think it's called like a what was there prefecture. It's more like a state because even there's like cities and like zones in inside Tokyo, Japan. When I always thought it was just a city, but it's huge. Yeah, I never realized that. What else did I do? Saw the Shibuya, the Sky Tree. Went to some arcades. There's so much. I wrote it down, but I don't have it. It's on my computer, so I can't. Now I'm just reminiscing. I'm just like scrolling through my pictures to see if there's anything I haven't shown you now. Probably gonna upload the bigger ones or like the videos I did because I took the videos on um, this camera, not on my phone. And that's it, friends. That's the end of my trip. Soon. There's still tomorrow. How many hours do I have exactly? No, I got like 14 hours. Oh, but I have to get to just getting to the airport is like 2 hours from here. because I went to the Narita. I came in. I'm departing from the Narita airport, and which is cheaper, but it is like a 2 hour train ride, and um, I gotta get there early, like 3 hours early, because it's an international flight, and I'm always nervous when it comes to flights, and especially if it's international. I don't want anything to go wrong. I'm gonna bring back some food souvenirs, so if they stop me, I better have enough time to clear everything up. Oh, one thing I have to do is I have to, since I'm flying with Zip Air, I have to weigh my luggage to make sure it doesn't go over the limits because they're super strict about that. I need to buy a scale. So it turns out I'm going out tonight, and maybe on my way to buy a weight scale, which I'm sure is like at 7-Eleven or Lawson Family Mart, one of those. Maybe I'll go to Don Quixote. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna go do that now, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.